A lot of people think that the truck driving is just about getting in the truck, put it in gear, and heading down the highway. Honestly, that's the easy part. The hard part is planning. Let me give you a real example. Let's say today is Friday, and before I go home, dispatch sends me my load for Monday. Usually it's for the week, but we start with Monday. So I look at my phone and I see I have an 8 o'clock Monday morning delivery in, let's say, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm based out of Huntsville, Alabama. So most people will look at that and ask one question: how many miles is this? You know what I'm saying? You find out how long you're going to be driving. So, but that's not the first thing I think about usually. The first thing I ask myself is, where do I need to be when my 10-hour break is over? See, so I work backward. Because if my break ends and I'm still sitting at a truck stop, maybe like an hour away from the customer, I'm already running behind. Okay. I will still have to do my pre-trip, my pre-trip inspection. I still have to drive to the customer. I still have to check in at the gate, one little delay and, it's all messed up. So, like I said, work backward. Charlotte is it's a 7 hour drive from Huntsville. That's if traffic is perfect. There's no stop. But I never plan for perfect. I don't trust perfect. I usually tell myself it's 8 hours drive. And honestly, in my own head, I plan for 10 hours. I ain't gonna lie. I build traffic into it. I build Atlanta into it. I build construction, fuel stops, unexpected delays, anything, bathroom breaks, all that. I would rather arrive early and have extra time than spend the whole day stressed out, because that's not good. So the next thing I ask is, have I been there before? Okay. So if it's a customer I've already delivered to before, I know the situation. I know whether they allow overnight parking. Some places are great, no problem. They will tell you when you get there, just back into the dock and we'll unload you in the morning. Easy peasy. If I know that, then my whole strategy changes. All I have to do is to make sure that when my 10-hour break is over, I'm already sitting at the customer. That's all I got. Okay. Now you work backward again. Okay. If I want to be parked there by around 10 p.m. and in my mind it's a 10-hour trip, then I know I need to leave around 10 in the morning. If traffic is light and I get there at 6 p.m., that's even better. I can relax. My truck is parked. I'm where I need to be. And tomorrow morning, I'm not worried about anything. Sorry about the light. Now, if I've never been there before to that customer, that's a completely different situation. The first thing I do is to pull up Google Maps. I look at the satellite view. I want to know what the entrance looks like. I want to know if there is room for trucks. I want to know, obviously, it has to be room for trucks, but you need to find a way in. I want to know if there's parking maybe nearby. Sometimes dispatch doesn't know. Sometimes the customer doesn't tell you much. You have to figure it out yourself. I don't know why, but it's like that. So if I'm not sure, I will not take a chance. I start looking for a rest area or a truck stop maybe 30 minutes away from the customer. The worst thing is 1 hour away. So I'm trying to get 30 minutes. I don't want to be an hour away. That's risky. But 30 minutes is good. You can manage that. A lot of people don't realize that truck parking is one of the hardest part of the job. By 6 o'clock in the evening, a lot of restaurant area, even truck stops, especially truck stops, are already full. So if I'm going somewhere unfamiliar, I may leave Huntsville really early, maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, just so that I can get close to the customer while there is still parking available. Okay. After a 10-hour break, after a 10-hour drive, it should be 5 p.m. So people think that I'm wasting time. I don't see it that way. I see it as removing uncertainty. Once I have a safe place to park, I can relax. Like right now, I'm at the rest area. So let's see the whole plan. Let's say if the whole plan goes wrong, okay. I get through Atlanta and traffic is terrible. Anybody who drive through there knows accident can destroy your whole schedule. I could sit there and get frustrated, but that doesn't help. Okay. So what I usually do is to adapt. Okay. We have to adapt. As soon as I clear the traffic, I find a safe rest area or a truck stop with parking. I will stop and take a 2 hour sleeper break. I eat something, I relax, maybe I close my eyes. But that will start my split sleeper. After the 10 hour, I get back on the road and I drive as far as I can. My goal is still the same. Get as close as possible to the customer before I shut down for the night. If I can get there by 10 p.m., great. If I don't get there until midnight, that's okay too. That's where the split sleeper rules helps me. Okay, because now sometimes I will arrive at the customer, back into the dark area and they're not ready to unload me until the morning. That's actually perfect. I will stay in a sleeper berth while they unload. Those last couple of hours finish my required break. By the time they're done, I'm legal again and ready to keep moving. I've even had customers who wouldn't let me stay on their property after unloading me. Okay, that's another story. I remember telling one of them, "Listen, I don't have enough hours left to drive. They said you can't stay here. Okay, you will have to park somewhere else, but not here." So I had to crawl out of the yard. Crawl is is to drive less than 5 miles an hour. The safest place I could find was the side of the road. Put my flashers on and I finished my break there. I don't recommend planning for that, but trucking is full of situations where you have to adjust and make the safest decision for yourself and for your company. And that's really what people don't understand about this job. Okay, you have to make some decisions. Driving the truck is not the hard part. After a while, anybody can learn to hold the steering wheel. The real work is planning, is thinking ahead, is asking what happens if traffic is bad? What if parking is full? What if this customer doesn't allow overnight parking? What's my backup plan? Every load is like solving a puzzle. Okay, you trying to stay legal, stay safe, get enough rest, and still make your appointment. All that got to be done on time. That's why I always tell people that trucking is less about driving and more about planning, managing your time. The drivers who succeed are usually the ones who think 2 or 3 steps ahead instead of just reacting to problems when they happen. And honestly, that's the part of the job I enjoy the most. Okay. That's it. That's all I have.